Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. I am your host, Francy Hall. We have some guests coming up for you that I think you're really going to enjoy learning about. The RSVP program is here. Michael Maas and Jerry Ganfield will be joining us to talk about retired senior volunteer program. And then we're going to take a visit to the library Garden Kids program with Louanne Kaupa and meet some of the kids as well that are gardening in our community. So stay with us for that after a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Rick Smith, Golf Course Superintendent of the Brooktree Golf Course. Brooktree is an 18-hole championship golf course featuring well-manicured greens, tees, and fairways. We are open to the public. I challenge you to find a better maintained golf course for the money we charge here at Brooktree. Come on out and play Brooktree, a great golf course.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. We are joined now by representatives from the RSVP program, Michael Maas, and our local volunteer, Jerry Ganfield. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Francy.
Would you go ahead and just let us know how you're associated with this organization? Starting with you, Michael.
Well, I'm employed with Catholic Charities out of the Diocese of Winona, and we are, as many folks know, a social service agency. And one of our programs is the Retired Senior Volunteer Program known as RSVP. And so I coordinate that in a 4-county area through Steele, Rice, Dodge, and Moore counties.
All right, so we'll be talking about the Steele County opportunities
Yes.
and what we do with RSVP here. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Francie.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And how are you involved with RSVP?
I became involved through my volunteering with Grandparents of Education. And Michael came and gave a presentation on what it offered as far as insurance coverage and mileage for volunteering. And we were invited to join. So I've been a member 2 years.
Yeah.
2 school
You've been
years.
a member of RSVP for 2 years?
2 years. Mm-hmm.
And do you serve in other capacities as well, or?
In the Grandparents of Education?
Well, no, I think with RSVP.
Well, Jerry's actually one of
Yes.
our advisory council members for Steele County.
Yes.
That's something that occurred last year when we formed a council for Steele County.
Well, you've been involved with so many things. It's right that you are an advisor to this program for sure. So,
Well, and he's so well plugged into the community and various volunteer opportunities.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, tell us about RSVP in Steele
Sure.
County in particular.
Right. Well, a little background on RSVP. The Retired Senior Volunteer Program is run through the National Corporation of Community Service, which is a federal agency. So we have received funds through grants to facilitate that program in Steele County. So what we do is, as Jerry mentioned, we engage seniors 55 and older in volunteer opportunities in their community. And how we do that by offering support. We provide a mileage reimbursement to volunteers. We provide supplemental insurance, accidental liability insurance, ongoing support, and then we partner with those agencies in recognizing their volunteers.
Oh, wonderful. So is there some volunteer recruitment as well as the recognition and the reward that they're getting?
I mean, I go out and I speak to a number of service organizations, letting people know about the opportunities through RSVP, and talk a little about the various focus areas that RSVP is involved with as far as volunteer activity.
And why is it that, so how is it that it benefits the volunteers to work with you? I heard a little bit about some financial reimbursements and.
Right. So as I mentioned, we provide mileage reimbursement, and that's typically from their home to the volunteer site and back. We provide the supplemental accidental liability insurance, and these are all benefits, supportive benefits that are at no cost to the volunteer or the organization. Mm-hmm. And then at various times throughout the year, we partner with them in their volunteer recognition events and help them with that. So we have a number, as I mentioned, a number of focus areas within our grant that allows us to partner with agencies with specific volunteer opportunities. Some of those opportunities, typically our primary focus area is Healthy Futures, and that's related to keeping seniors living independently in their own home. Volunteers in activities such as meal delivery through SEMCAC Meals on Wheels, transportation through SEMCAC, education opportunity, volunteer opportunities K through 6 in elementary schools. As Jerry has mentioned, he's part of the Grandparents for Education, so we support volunteers doing that activity. We also support volunteers in various other capacities related to economic opportunity and housing. So we partner with Habitat for Humanity chapters. In fact, this Thursday we'll be having at the Chamber of Commerce a orientation enrollment for volunteers that are interested in RSVP, and that'll take place at 9:30.
9:30 a.m.?
Yes.
And that's at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes,
So if you're
yep.
interested in RSVP after seeing this program, be sure that you go to
Sure.
the Chamber of
Right,
Commerce.
or they
at
can
9:30.
contact me. My phone number is 507-450-1518.
450-1518. That's
Yes.
a new one. I have not heard that.
Yeah,
All
I just take
right.
the number that's given to
Hey,
me.
that means we're growing when we have all these different
Yeah.
prefixes. It sounds to me like you're not only helping senior volunteers engage by removing the barrier of costs for transportation
Right.
and insurance, but also supporting a lot of programs that help seniors as well.
Right, and these are programs that are critical in the community. There's seniors that, may need that help getting to a doctor's appointment, that sort of thing, or have meals delivered to their homes, or, various other things like that. So companionship, respite, So yeah, we are supporting, through supporting their volunteers, through our partnership, we're also supporting them.
We're supporting
Yeah.
seniors in general.
Yes.
And it sounds like then also youth through the K through 12 or
Yep,
K through 6,
yeah.
isn't it?
And we've got a number of volunteers in the elementary schools that we partner with Grandparents for Education and support their volunteer efforts. Yeah.
And what does that mean for you, Jerry, as a volunteer, senior volunteer participating in the program? How does that help you?
Well, I first got involved with Grandparents for Education. I was a teacher for 6 years, and when I retired, I wanted to offer my services at some level, and I have helped elementary, junior high, and high school. But typically, I'm in the elementary school helping with kindergarten, first, and second graders with their math and English and skills. And then when Michael talked about RSVP, I was familiar with a program from Iowa where it was quite often that I was familiar with reimbursement for taking people to appointments, particularly when they were some distance away to a hospital or clinic.
Which can get expensive. If you're
Right.
driving your car, there's
And so-
mileage and wear and tear, but there's gas too.
Each individual within the organization could sign up or not as they chose. And so I said, well, I will give this a try because I do live in the country and I travel quite a few miles. And the insurance was another incentive when you're doing that. I'm not hauling anybody, but I am getting to the school and back.
Sure. So if you want to volunteer and you want to make sure that, if you need that extra gas money or whatever to do that, this would be a great opportunity.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is to encourage seniors to volunteer because there are some speed bumps or barriers that some may have that this helps them through that effort to spend more time volunteering. Because
Absolutely.
our students, as I know, do appreciate it and they do need it.
Students need it, and so do the seniors, who are very, they've still got energy and a ton of experience to give, and when, let's get them reconnected back to the community if they're not already.
It adds to your life experience, I tell you.
Absolutely. What are some of the programs locally that people can volunteer
Well,
with through
our current
RSVP?
partnerships, as Jerry's mentioned, is Grandparents for Education. We've partnered with Habitat for Humanity, as I mentioned. We're having our orientation enrollment event this Thursday at 9:30 at the Chamber. We also partner, countywide. So Medford Elementary School, we have a number of volunteers there. Through Ellendale, the NRHEG Elementary School. SEMCAC Meals on Wheels, Transportation, and the Steele County Food Shelf. We've got a number of volunteers there. And food support was another one of the focus areas where we support volunteers in food pantry and also in community meals. Currently, though, we don't have a partnership with anyone serving community meals in the community.
Okay.
I do in other counties, but as far as Steele County, the Food Shelf is our our main volunteer support, where we're supporting those folks in food pantry support.
If other organizations wanted to get involved with you, how would they do that?
If they're interested in partnering with RSVP, and we'd be happy to talk to them, we'd love to support their volunteers in their efforts. They can, again, contact my phone number, 507-450-1518, correct.
Okay. And what does it take to be a partner agency?
Well, we sit down, we talk about what the expectations are, and we have an MOU, an agreement that both the agency and us sign. Memorandum of Understanding. Sorry, I assume people know what I'm talking about.
Memorandum of Understanding.
So it's a formal agreement, but not, it's a formal agreement just that we sign with understanding of what responsibilities each of us have in the partnership. Volunteers, on the other hand, we just have a simple enrollment form, two-sided enrollment form they can complete, and then they would just send it into our main office in Winona, and I get a confirmation back, and then I just call those folks, see if they have any questions, and 9 times out of 10 they're already volunteering, so I don't have to explain too much. But if it's a new volunteer, then we talk about their volunteer opportunities, things like that.
So even if you're already volunteering, you can benefit from this. You don't
Correct.
have to solely go through RSVP to volunteer.
You don't have to be a new volunteer. Correct.
Okay.
And again, if they are interested, they can contact me. And again, the program is specifically for those folks 55 and older.
55 and better. I love to
Yes,
say that.
or
That's
over,
a new
better.
term that I just learned.
I mean, I'm getting
year.
close to that mark too myself, so I'm just like.
And what about the volunteers? If they want to enroll, they just contact you.
Correct.
And they get, and how do they
I can
get
get
these
them the
benefits that
information.
you're talking about? Let's say they've gone through the process, they've enrolled with you.
Right.
Then what do they do?
Then we have a reporting process when they're volunteering that they fill out their time, their mileage, and I collect that from the organizations monthly, and then they're mailed their reimbursements and so forth. So, and that's things I go over with them after they've enrolled.
So the volunteer doesn't necessarily have to fill out when they volunteer. You rely
They
on
do
the
when
partner
they go.
agency?
Well, when they go to the volunteer site, let's say you go to the food shelf. There's a folder that the volunteer signs their name, fills
Got
out
it.
their time and their mileage. That's all they have to do.
Sure.
I get those at the end of the month with my quarterly, monthly reports, and they're sent in, and then they receive their benefits such as a mileage. So.
All right, so I'll get a check at the end of the month if I volunteered and need mileage or whatever.
Correct.
And how is the insurance paid, real quick?
The insurance, it's just if an incident happens, then
That kicks in?
it kicks in. But it's a supplemental insurance. It's not meant to replace any primary insurance.
Got it. Okay. Well, we so appreciate you telling us about the Retired Senior Volunteer Program with Catholic Charities. And so if you are interested, remember that you can contact Michael at 450-1518. Thank you for being here, Michael.
And thanks for having us.
Jerry. You
Thanks,
are so
Francie.
welcome. Thank you for joining us. Do stay with us. We will be coming back with our community announcements.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Hi, this is Doug Johnson at the Owatonna Business Incubator, a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show. We'd like to welcome you to the incubator. If you're a small business, whether you're existing or a startup, we can help you with office space, manufacturing or warehouse, and free confidential counseling.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We are in the community. In fact, we're in the community garden that is run by the library, and I am here with Louanne Kaupa. Hello, Louanne.
Good morning.
Good to
Thanks
see
for
you.
being here.
Oh,
Yes.
it's beautiful here. I could stay here all day if the heat doesn't kill us later. But
Right.
So, Louanne, for those people who don't know you, could you just introduce yourself and what your role is here at the library's community garden?
Sure. I'm Louanne Kaupa, and I'm actually a registered dietitian, nutritionist in private practice, and I've been involved in various consulting projects in the community since I've started my practice 10 years ago. And one of them has been with gardening activities for kids, teaching kids about food so they do eat more fruits and vegetables because they'll know what they are, which has been a wonderful opportunity here to watch these kids experiment with foods.
And just fun to watch kids.
It is. It's been lovely. And this, I've been involved in this community garden since 2011, with starting out with some SHIP work, State Health Improvement Program work, and
That's what SHIP is?
Yep, State Health Improvement Program, program, and all of the elementary schools at the time did develop community gardens. This is available to Washington Elementary School, but we've had a lot more support from the ALC and Actions program on this community garden. Most of the planting in the spring is done by the Actions kids.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, it's been great. That's why we have plants here today.
Thank
for the
you,
young
Alternative
kids.
Learning Center kids.
Right, that's why we have food for the kids to pick right
So
now.
good.
In this spring, we had 6 to 8 fruit trees planted by the Action students, which was wonderful. We have
Oh, is that what we're seeing around us? Okay.
Yeah, well, we have 2 plum trees on the north side of the lot. We have 2 cherry trees on the south side and 2 apricot trees. So those should, over the next 2 to 3 years, we should start to see more fruit actually be born from them. They are all Minnesota varieties from the University of Minnesota Extension. So
Wonderful.
Arboretum.
So you are a registered dietitian.
Yep.
And so what better person to be teaching our kids about growing vegetables and fruits and eating them?
Right.
What are...
And their parents.
And their parents, because the kids aren't going to get to them unless the parents
Right.
feed them. Right, gotcha, parents.
Right.
And so what role has the library played in this? Because this is right in the library's...
Yep, this is their
lot.
property.
Yes.
I believe the Library Foundation about 10 years ago purchased this property. There were 2 homes on this property in the past, and started a garden at that point, and it was managed by Penny Jensen, who was working on the library staff at the time. And then there was some funding issues that got in the way, and there was some turnover, and when SHIP came along, Mary Kay wanted this to get back into children's gardening activities because it's a learning activity, and we
Absolutely,
ties
and a
into
health
reading.
building. Yes.
Yep. So this has been kind of a community endeavor for kids in education, and not just kids, the adults as well, like I said, do help. And the purpose is really to have kids learn about food, where it comes from, what food actually can grow in Minnesota. We harvested some Minnesota garlic this morning.
Minnesota garlic, not Gilroy garlic from California. Minnesota garlic.
Minnesota hardy garlic.
All right.
In fact, the Actions kids planted the bulbs last October, late October, and we harvested the scapes in mid-June.
What are scapes?
Garlic scapes are the little flowers that come before, you know, it's kind of like a little flower bulb, like you might see on an onion, and those have to be cut in order for the bulb to actually grow into all those different cloves. So that energy needs to
The
get
flowers
back.
have to be cut
Yep,
off.
have to be cut off, but you can use the scapes like you would chives. But they
So you
taste
can cook with
oh,
them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the flowers are edible too.
Yes. Well, the flower is kind of like a stalk. They're really kind of funky little
okay.
things. But anyways, yeah, that'd been a fun thing for you to see. The kids all did that in mid-June, and we harvested those scapes. And we saved garlic now today so we can plant it again in the fall.
So you're actually getting seeds from the things that you've planted here already.
Yes.
And those will be reused next year. Where did you get, where else do seeds come from? I mean, I know.
We've gotten quite a few early on from Seed Savers, because they have an education program, and Heart Seed Company, the ALC program, was able to garnish like a year-old seed stock from another seed company. But Seed Savers is an heirloom seed company in Iowa, Decorah, Iowa. So they're very close to us.
Right next door.
Yeah, they're not far away
and they're
from
saving
us.
heirloom plant
Yes, they've
varieties.
been saving them
That's
for decades.
great.
Right. So we use those. And last fall, we actually did receive a large amount of seeds from Fleet Farm because their seed supplier wasn't going to come and pick them up. So we have gotten lots of cucumbers and squash and pumpkin seeds. And
Can you reuse them? How long?
4 years.
So you can keep them for a while.
Yeah. So we early on in the season we started giving out bean and melon packets to the kids who came to the garden, so they could at home find a spot and maybe plant a few seeds.
Well, who else is able to benefit from this garden? There's a lot of vegetables grown here and soon to be fruits.
Yep.
Who gets to eat those vegetables and fruits?
Any child or adult that comes to participate gets to take home what we harvest for the day. So, and there's always more to be done. So if anybody wants to be involved, they can call me.
So if you want to still be involved in this project, you can call Louanne. Louanne, what's your phone number?
390-0229.
390-0229. And you and your kids can come.
Yep.
And you can plant and participate and harvest and keep up with weeds, and then you get to take it home and eat it?
Get to take home and weed, yep. And every Wednesday the library does have 9:30 to 10:30 as garden time. And we also have summer SAC kids who come on Friday mornings. Okay. And then the ALC Actions kids come during their summer session here this month.
There's so much to do here, and there's so much to see. In fact,
so much to see.
We should see some more kids here. Let's talk with this little cutie pie here real quick and just ask her what she's doing. Hello there, Annika. How are you? Good. What are you doing?
Picking beans.
Are you going to eat the beans?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do here in the garden?
Pick weeds.
Oh my gosh, she likes to pick weeds.
Bless her.
Yep. What do weeds do?
They like to kill the plants.
Wow, I can't believe you knew that. You are great. Well, thank you so much for working in the garden and picking those weeds out and now picking the beans. Are you going to have them for dinner later?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Annika.
And Annika has been here every week since we started in the summer, so she is an expert gardener.
She is an expert gardener.
She is.
Okay, well, let's go see some more of the garden. Stick with us. We'll be right back in another location here. We are now relocated at another part of this garden. It's bigger than you think. There's a lot going on here. And Louanne, tell us what's growing behind us.
Behind us is tomatoes, and as you can see if you film closely, Leanne, there are yellow flowers abundantly on the plants, and we do have little tomatoes underneath some of those leaves. We also have rhubarb on the west side of the garden. Hunter just planted basil this morning. We have peas that are at their end, so they need to be picked, and then we need to compost them. We have a little bit more lettuce growing, and we've got some cabbage, we think. We're not sure. Cabbage or broccoli is planted over there.
Okay. And you mentioned Hunter, and Hunter is standing next to me. Hello, Hunter. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good. Now, what do you do here at the garden, and how did you get involved with it?
I just go to Actions School across the street.
You go to Action School, and that's how you're involved here?
Yes.
What do you do when you're here at the garden?
I do a lot of maintenance and picking of the vegetables and stuff.
What is maintenance for you?
Weeding and planting some vegetables and seeds and stuff. So.
And composting.
So.
And do you get to take this food home with you? Do you like it?
Yeah, I like to grill the beans that I get.
You grill them?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to eat out of the garden so far?
Beans.
The beans.
Yeah.
How about the raspberries?
And the raspberries.
And so what are some of the things that, like, how long does it take you to do those things, the weeding and all of that?
Usually it takes a little while, but you just gotta tough through it and stuff. So.
Well, thank you so much for doing that, because of course feeding yourself and also feeding a community of people. That's wonderful. We thank you for joining us, and if you want to get involved here at the community garden, run by the library and others, contact Louanne. Again, number?
390-0229. Or talk to somebody at the library and they'll get a hold of me.
Talk to the library. Thank you so much. Stay with us after a word from our sponsors.
Hi, Warren Abraham, Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress.
Making life a little easier day after day. Taking pride in our community, listening to what you say. A voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. With you in mind in everything we do.
Owatonna Public Utilities.
Welcome back. We are here with your community announcements. There's always a lot going on in our community. Remember that coming up on Sunday, July 26th is the Little Missile Festival, Summer Festival. Polka Mass is at 10 and the festival is from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can visit www.litomysl.webs.com for more information. Join the Riverbend Nature Center for a lifelong learning series program for seniors about basket weaving on the 5th of August from 1 until 3 o'clock. Remember that the 7th annual Night to Unite is Tuesday, August 4th from 5 to 9 p.m. You'll get to join with your neighbors and have a nice community outing or event, and bring backpacks filled with school supplies for children in need. The Children's Remedial Fund will benefit from that, and the police and other local officials will be picking those up at those wonderful annual Night to Unite gatherings. Remember also that now through August 7th, there's the summer food program. So if you or you know someone else who needs lunch or breakfast for your children and for yourselves, when school is not in and there's no longer the lunch program available, participate in that. It's at Wilson Elementary School and Owatonna Junior High. That's the Summer Food Rocks program. I want you to know that coming up on July 23rd, the Owatonna Community Band will be performing at the bandstand, and that's also part of the 3 crazy days of summer. Looks like Owatonna in support of Alzheimer's is, that's the Owatonna Alzheimer's Support Group, and they are having a unique fundraising event that requires guitars, and they need your used guitars. If you've got a guitar that you would like to donate, please contact Deb Gillard at 676-0411. Also coming up, let's go back to some of our other ones. This coming weekend and the following weekend, 9 the Musical, the Merlin Players presents. It's a Tony Award-winning musical, singing and dancing and all kinds of fun, and that's at the Paradise Center for the Arts, featuring several Owatonna actors, singers, dancers, and of course our own Juliana Skulzacek, who is in charge of the Merlin Players. Now through July 26th is going to be the last time that you're going to be able to see this year the series of art and bronze that's going on at the Owatonna Art Center. Dee Teller's works titled Sky, Horse, Water, Earth, and David Hyduke's bronze and steel works are going on now through July 26th. Remember that upcoming this weekend is going to be the 3 crazy days of summer with all kinds of great arts and activities, kids things going on, and of course the Color Dash, which is going to benefit the Owatonna Arts Center. You can go to cd5k.com to register for that. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we want you to know that we've got some good upcoming shows for you. Coming up on Friday is the Owatonna Foundation. We've got an update from them, and we're also going to be interviewing our Community Arts Award recipient, and that's Mary Butler Frazier. So we hope that you come back and join us on Friday.